Let's talk about the stages of menopause. Menopause is a natural process that occurs in women as they age, typically occurring between the ages of 40 and 50. Now, I can tell you in my experience that isn't always true, but that's what the medical journals and such say. I went through it at 50, but my mom and my sister actually went through it in their later 30s. So let that be a lesson to you that, what happens to your family members may not happen to you. Anyway, so the change is characterized by a decline in production of reproductive hormones, particularly estrogen and progesterone. This hormonal imbalance leads to a variety of physical and emotional changes. The stages of menopause can be broken down into three main phases, which is perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So starting with perimenopause, this is the transitional stage leading up to menopause itself. It can last anywhere from a few months to several years. So yeah, you heard that right. It can actually last a few years. For me, it lasted about almost 2 years. Now, I personally was put on tamoxifen, which is a medication you take after you've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And tamoxifen actually can bring menopause on early. And it sent me wonky. So if you haven't, gone through that, if you ever have to take tamoxifen, be warned that it can definitely send you through it faster. So what happens, though, during menopause is as your hormones begin to fluctuate, it's going to create irregular menstrual cycles. Other common symptoms include hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, and changes in libido. Weight gain can be another thing. And there are other health issues that can appear beyond that list, but those are the primary ones. Now, while fertility declines during perimenopause, it is still possible to get pregnant. So the next phase is menopause. Menopause is officially diagnosed when a woman has gone without a menstrual period for 12 consecutive months. At this point, the ovaries stop releasing eggs and estrogen levels decrease significantly. Symptoms such as hot flashes, vaginal dryness, sleep disturbances, and mood changes may continue through the menopausal stage. And this stage typically occurs 40s through 50s, but like I said before, it can definitely vary. And sometimes there are women, it's very rare, but sometimes they will go through it in their 20s and sometimes later in 60s and 70s, but those are definitely very rare cases. The final stage is postmenopause. Now, postmenopause refers to the period of time after menopause has been reached. Estrogen levels remain low, and many symptoms of menopause gradually fade away, although some women may continue to experience them to a lesser degree. However, postmenopause carries its own risks, such as increased risk of osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease due to the loss of estrogen's protective effects. So it's important to note, like I said before, that every woman's menopausal experience is unique. What happened to your mom and your grandma may not be what happens to you. The age that you go through it, the type of symptoms you have, the degree to which you have those may be completely different. So you can't go off of that family history. So some may go through the stage very quickly. Some may experience symptoms for much longer, even sometimes the rest of their life. So if you're experiencing any uncomfortable symptoms or have concerns about menopause, the first thing to do is talk to your healthcare provider, specifically a gynecologist and, your primary physician, and, see if it's possible that you can go on HRT. Now, if you've had cancer or if there's risk of cancer, you may not be able to take HRT. You usually cannot. But of course, that's for your doctor to decide. Outside of that, there are over-the-counter products you can use for vaginal dryness by our company, Wet Orchid. We have both internal and external moisturizers that can help you out to replace some of that moisture and keep you feeling nice and fresh and pain-free, no matter whether you're having intimate time with your loved one or wearing, panties that might cause you chafing and you need a little layer of protection there. We have several products that can help you out. So if you need some help figuring out what products might work for you, and even beyond that, other things such as what you can do to prevent vaginal dryness from even starting while you're going through menopause, through to exercises you could do to keep your libido and keep your vaginal cavity nice and supple and ready for intimate time with your loved one once you go through the change, then send me a message on Wet Orchid. You can go on there. You will see on the bottom of the site, you'll see a banner to sign up for coaching. And you can just get a free 15-minute call and just kind of get started there, get some information, and you can take some of this information to your doctor. I always recommend that you work with your doctor first, and then I help you with what your doctor recommends. Come up with a regimen to get you back in health if you've started dealing with things like vaginal atrophy. And if you aren't yet, help you make sure that you never have to deal with any of those things by doing the right diet, using the right products, right exercises, and everything like that. So that being said, thank you so much for watching the video and listening, and feel free to post any comments you have or questions below, and I'll do my best to answer those. Go to wetorchid.com to learn more about our products and subscribe so you can be notified of new videos coming out soon. Bye-bye.